Welcome back to another episode of the Body and Mind Strong podcast, where we talk all things life, fitness, and health. My name is Renee. I'm your host and integrated health coach. The Body and Mind Strong podcast was established to help others create a healthier, happier, stronger self. For more information, please follow me on YouTube and Facebook at Body and Mind Strong. You can also find me at www.bodyandmindstrong.com. I hope you enjoy the following podcast. Hello and welcome back. I hope everybody is having a kick-ass week and you guys are doing at least one thing this week that got you one step closer to one of your goals. Today I'd like to venture into one of my favorite topics, trail running. Yes, you could say I have a slight affinity for the trails, and not just for running, but for hiking as well. However, today I just want to stick with the topic of trail running and my 6 tips for those who have some experience but want to venture out from the pavement and concrete to pound some dirt. First, let me tell you a little bit about how I fell in love with trail running. Unlike most people, I got into running not on a treadmill nor on a road, but actually on desert trails. It began as a form of stress management and soon turned into love. I eventually started to sign up for some 5Ks, mostly on road, but a few on trails. Soon after moving to Washington, I started running half marathons, and I did my only full marathon, mostly all on roads, except for that full. That one was actually on a really killer trail. However, the trails kept calling me back. There is just something about trails that is good for my soul and just plain fun. There is nothing like jumping over logs in the forest or running through a Sonoran desert after a rainstorm. Now let's get to my 6 tips. Number 1, don't expect to go as fast as you would on a treadmill or a flat surface. Your pace will slow down as you focus on the technicality of the trail. Now, don't let the slower pace fool you. You will be working muscles you normally don't on flat surfaces, and an increased change in elevation will definitely work your cardiovascular system. In addition, it's common practice to walk uphill. Even the elite will do this during their ultra races. So focus on running the flat and downhills, and then save your energy for when you're going up. Number 2, pick up your toes or face plant it. Trust me on this one. Just trust me. Unlike paved roads or the treadmill, dirt trails have fun little obstacles like rocks and roots that stick up just enough to trip you if you're not paying attention. Number 3, know the trail rules. Observe trail rules like staying to the right and passing on the left. When it comes to who has the right of way when meeting on a trail, it goes as such. Bikers yield to hikers, runners, and horses. Hikers and runners yield to horses. And downhill traffic yields to uphill traffic. Now, it's not uncommon for me to step aside when I see a bike coming, especially if they're coming fast, as it's easier for me to step aside than it is for them to stop. It's just basic courtesy, and you actually will find that there's a lot of that out there on the trails, especially with true trail lovers. One last rule, leave no trace. Make sure you pack out what you pack in. Number 4, be prepared. The further out from civilization or the longer the trail, the more prepared you need to be. Make sure you have adequate gear like a pack to hold your water, some calorie source, especially if you're going to be out longer than an hour. And depending on the weather, an extra layer of clothing like a long sleeve shirt or lightweight jacket. In addition, take a map or study one before you go. Now, most cities will actually have the maps of the trails on their website, and even in the small parks, still take a look and have general idea of the layout, as it's not uncommon to take a wrong turn out there. Now, some areas will actually have maps on the trails, but don't rely too heavily on those, as I found some of those to be inadequate in allowing you to figure out where you're at. Number 5, err on the side of safety. If you're listening to music, make sure you keep it low or wear only one earbud, so you may hear upcoming bikes, other runners, hikers, and or even the horseback riders. If you're going to be out and run away from heavy used parks and the population, I'd recommend going with someone else and letting another person know where you guys will be at. Though trail running is fun, you need to play on the safe side. And don't forget to take a map with you. Number 6, finally and most importantly, just have fun with it. Enjoy what you're doing and take in nature. Not only is it great exercise, but being outside does wonders for your mental health. It has been proven that both exercising and being out the outdoors helps one manage stress, depression, anxiety, and even PTSD. I hope you found this information to be useful, and if so, please leave me a positive review on iTunes or wherever you're listening to this podcast. Stay tuned for more episodes on helping you create a healthier, happier, stronger life for yourself. and make sure you're doing at least one thing today that will get you one step closer to one of your goals. Have a great weekend.